So I went along to watch Egghead, which is showing as part of the London Indian Film Festival. It's a Kannada film, which is a South Indian film, and it's basically a romantic comedy. So the main crux of this story is basically about finding your dream partner in life. But of course, when we all have this dream vision of who we'd really like to settle down with, it's not always the case that you find the exact person that fulfills this tick box. And what this film was getting at was the main thing you need to get over is the person you actually end up going for may not look like what you'd hoped for. So, in the film, we have our lead character. He is, of course, bald, Egghead. Having said that, he's not actually completely bald. He's like going bald. He's 28 and he doesn't have much hair for a 28-year-old. But to be honest, he does still have some hair. We've also got a female character who I guess we could say is a bit plump. But for all intents and purposes, I've got to tell you, this girl is not big. I mean, she might be big in standards what people might kind of assume they'd go for, but she's not like obese or anything. She's just a really nice, well-built girl. However, there's lots of comments about her being fat. So that's the thing. It's kind of like you've got this really nice girl, but she's a bit on the plump side. You've got a really nice guy, but he's got no hair. So what are you going to do? I really enjoyed one of the songs that was earlier on. There's not too many songs in this film, but there is a really fun one, which is where we've got our main character who's kind of pleading to all the ladies out there in song form to please not oversee bald men. So we're taking on a bit of a journey. We're taught a few lessons about this very issues, about not to just go with what your eyes desire. In fact, there's so much more to a person than what they look like, which is a really good message for a rom-com. So the film is made by a first-time director. But what's interesting is that he's also the lead character, so he is indeed our Egghead. Now, to be honest with you, completely honest with you, despite the fact I tend to do film reviews, I hadn't clicked that that was going to be the case, and I only found out after I had watched the film. Now, I think that was a good thing because I just kind of watched it neutrally, not worrying about, anything like that. And then now I'm thinking, I can't believe that he directed it because the direction in that point of view was really well done. It must be really hard to direct yourself. Obviously it happens, but I do think he did it really cleverly. The thing that really got me about this character, and I've never had this happen to me before, ever, and I was sitting there thinking this is, for the first part of the film, you really like the main character. So I, had big affection for him. And then, halfway through the film, I stopped liking him. And, that was part of the storyline. We've got to see his flaws. But that's so rare that an audience can love a character and then completely fall out of love with them. So that balance was just done really cleverly. I enjoyed the film because it had a really nice quirkiness to it. I do think it was pretty long, and there are definitely some aspects of the film that could have been a bit tighter, could have been shortened a bit more, but having said that, it still flowed pretty well. I really loved Egghead's mum and dad. He just had this really sweet family setup within his little younger brother. It was just such a nice family movie in that sense. So one of the bits of the film I really liked was that our character is obsessed with Raj Kumar, who is a Kannada superstar. He's an actor and singer. And what would happen is he'd keep seeing his photo. So he could be out and about and there'd be like a poster. He had like pictures of him at home. And whenever he sort of like clicked this picture of him wherever he was, he'd get lyrics of his songs in his head. And these lyrics would kind of inspire his decisions and kind of lead the way in the way he did things. And I just loved his kind of devotion for this person who, he has never met, doesn't know, but his life revolves around watching this guy on telly every Saturday morning as well. And it's just this really sweet aspect of the character, and of course it just kind of adds to the romance to keep hearing these fabulous poetic lyrics all the time. It was definitely an original concept when it comes to rom-coms, and also very fun to watch as well. So Eggheads continues to show at the London Indian Film Festival in London and Birmingham, so if you get a chance, do check it out.